There is a lot more to the Mountain West Conference than being that league that plays those super late games on CBS Sports Network. For starters, it is perhaps one of the most geographically diverse collection of schools in college football. Now, despite what SEC honks claim, the differences between places like Starkville, Lexington, and Auburn is nominal at best. However, you really can't get any more different than Las Vegas and Logan. The Mountain West Conference has a little bit of everything, both in terms of locations and stadiums. Naturally, some are a lot better than others, and we are here to separate the good from the bad and even the meh. Before we begin our ranking of the Mountain West Conference football stadiums, let's briefly go over our mythology to this. Our rankings factor in a number of different things. There is, of course, the actual stadium, which is important. But I also included the experience you get at the stadium, the fans, and the surrounding areas, since they are all part of attending a game. So, with that out of the way, it's time to rank the Mountain West Conference football stadiums from the worst to the best, with a little mediocre in between. We start with San Diego State, who are impossible to rank. They are currently playing in Carson, California at whatever the hell name the StubHub Center is going by these days. They will be there until 2022 when the new Aztec Stadium opens. Now that facility looks pretty amazing, but judging a bunch of renderings is impossible. As for their old digs, Jack Murphy / Qualcomm / SDCCU Stadium, it was pretty damn cool. People really like hating on those multi-purpose stadiums of that era, but we'll probably miss them when they all disappear. First, the worst on our list here, and that dubious honor goes to the Clarence T.C. Ching Athletics Complex, where the University of Hawaii are currently playing football. Unlike San Diego State, it looks like Hawaii will be stuck at their temporary home for at least a few years. No plans have been agreed to regarding Aloha Stadium's redevelopment, which is really bad news for Rainbow Warriors fans. There's not a lot you can say about the facility apart from it was never designed to be an FBS stadium and looks wildly out of place. If you want to learn more about Aloha Stadium, Hawaii's old football home, take a look at the video you can find on the upper right hand corner of your screen. As for the temporary home, we're just gonna move on. It's bad, it knows it's bad. Next. The blue turf is cool, derp. Let's get one thing straight. The blue turf is dumb. Watching a game emanate from Albertson Stadium is painful visually. It looks like someone forgot to clean up after a Blue Man Group performance. Full disclosure here, I am a graduate of the University of Idaho, and I possess a deep lying hatred of Boise State and anything related to that University of scumbags. However, it is a subjective fact that Albertson Stadium sucks. It's dumpy, soulless, and filled with inbred yokels cheering for a commuter college they aren't smart enough to attend. Seriously, look at the winners in this photo. You have these two hillbillies wearing togas and also carrying an American flag with them for some apparent reason. We have the face painted folks who are the only ones in this section of the crowd who felt the need to wear face paint for this game. Look, here's a Karen who looks pissed off. You know she's been hardcore texting that anonymous security tip line throughout the game. And then we just get to this guy. What the I mean, why even wear the button shirt if you're going to unbutton it? And of course, he's munching on a hot dog. I mean, this guy is the embodiment of Boise State. This guy is just taking everything about Boise State and he represents it to a T. And finally, a special shout out to this guy staring directly at the camera, just pulling like the most awesome gym moment ever. Seriously, Boise State freaking sucks, and so does Albertson Stadium. Fresno State's Bulldog Stadium is an unmemorable venue in a dumpy city. If we were ranking the Mountain West Conference football stadiums based on the availability of Dippin' Dots ice cream, Bulldog Stadium finishes first place hands down. And that's basically the only thing it has going for it, which is pretty bad because Dippin' Dots sucks, but that's not the point here. As for the facility itself, it's just old, it looks run down. If you go during a day game, it's hot as hell. If you go during a night game, it just looks sad and depressing. There's just nothing redeeming about it, and then you go outside to the city that is Fresno, which is somehow even worse unless you're into pickup truck drag racing, because that's pretty much the only thing Fresno State has going for it. Fresno is lame, Bulldog Stadium also lame. This is just an avoid. Colorado is filled with amazing places. Colorado Springs is not one of those places. In many ways, Falcon Stadium takes on the personality of the surrounding community. It's just sort of there. Unless you're a military fanboy or super into the triple option offense, there's no reason to watch a game from here. We graduate to the meh tier of Mountain West Conference stadiums with Mackey Stadium, the home of the Nevada Wolfpack. Reno is pretty awesome. There's nothing better than enjoying a $15.99 prime rib and lobster dinner at the Cal Neva Casino before heading to the sportsbook, laying down some outlandish parlay bets as we've been known to do here at the Touchback. In all honesty, being in Reno does elevate Mackey Stadium to a certain extent, as does the nearby Raising Cane's. You see, the chicken finger chain is still a bit of a novelty out here on the West Coast. However, all things considered, Mackey Stadium is commonplace at best. Nevada has made some improvements to it over the years, but nothing makes watching a game here all that memorable. It's cool to see the Wolfpack play and then head down to the Row or go to any of the other casinos and hopefully cash in your winning bet, but the actual in-game experience is just take it or leave it. The issue here isn't with Allegiant Stadium, which is outstanding. The problem is that who wants to attend a UNLV game from this made-for-the-NFL venue? It's like investing in an expensive home theater system to watch reruns of Mad About You. Seriously, what are we doing here? Seeing a few thousand people surrounded by huge swaths of seats takes something away from the entire presentation. That being said, Allegiant Stadium is a massive upgrade over Sam Boyd Stadium, which was flat out awful and located in the sticks. It is easy to take one look at the photos of University Stadium and say, it sucks. Sure, the facility is aging, and it lacks some bells and whistles of other venues on this list. This isn't the end of the world though. Not all new things are good. Levi Stadium. The ambiance at University Stadium is nice, it's easy to sit wherever you feel like, it's chill. The surroundings and experience of University Stadium are just as good, if not better, than what you'll find at either Arizona or Arizona State. Really, the only thing stopping most people from attending a game here is just how bad New Mexico football is. However, stadium, not so bad. People and announcers rave about the sights around Maverick Stadium, and I get that. The mountain backdrop is cool. Unfortunately, the majority of seats are on the other side of the stadium or behind the end zone. The announcers brag about it because they are sitting in the press box of Utah State looking that way. Now, there's nothing bad about Maverick Stadium itself. The atmosphere, seating, and amenities are all perfectly acceptable. but there's just something about it that leaves you unimpressed. No one will ever brag about watching a game from here who isn't an alumni of the Aggies. Maybe that's because you could look up the word meh in the dictionary and find a picture of Logan, Utah. We have now reached the good tier of Mountain West Conference stadiums, and we start with San Jose State. Formerly known as Spartan Stadium, the placement of CEFCU Stadium on this list will draw a lot of flack. But hear me out. From a visual standpoint, this isn't the most beautiful facility. Additionally, the massive dirt hill on one side is, in a word, lame. That being said, if you attend a game at San Jose State in this stadium, you'll understand why it makes the good tier. It's just a cool place to watch some college football. In person, the venue has a lot of charm. Some of the views from the upper deck out towards the Santa Clara Valley are awesome. It just offers a great all-around experience. CEFCU Stadium also gets some bonus points because I gotta take a picture of me doing horns down next to the Mountain West Conference Championship trophy. So suck on that, Texas, and also suck it, Oklahoma, because you both suck. But seriously, security was like not even around this trophy. People probably could have stolen it. Fort Collins is such a cool city. Colorado State doesn't nearly get enough love. And Canvas Stadium is just a great place to watch some college football. It opened in 2017 and it manages to avoid a lot of faults of other newer stadiums. Canvas Stadium is definitely worth checking out if you find yourself in Colorado during the fall. I can't even really say much more about it because if you've been to FOCO or you've been to that part of Colorado, you already know what's up. And if you haven't, just do it. Like, stop wasting your time, stop wasting my time, go. The best stadium in the Mountain West Conference is Wyoming's War Memorial Stadium. It is simply beautiful. The Rocky Mountains are in the background. You have the trees protecting one end zone. The other one is lined by the athletic center. It just feels so cozy. Additionally, the venue is really a reflection of Laramie as a whole. It's a quaint town, a neat place to visit. It's just something very different that a lot of people don't experience. Alright, so returning our focus to War Memorial Stadium. It boasts one of the coolest field designs in the Mountain West Conference, if not college football. Look, some of those bitterly cold November night games or late afternoon games in Laramie look and are brutal to attend, but the pain is worth it given how great the stadium is. It's out of the way, but if you can, go see a game from War Memorial Stadium. It's freaking great. That is our ranking of the Mountain West College football stadiums. Have your say in the comment section below. Also, like, subscribe, do that thing. And if you went to Boise State, I don't really care about what you have to say about this list, but congratulations on finally saving up enough money to buy a smartphone or computer. That does it for the Touchback. I'm Cheyenne Hollis, and until next time, hashtag take it out to the 25.